Crime scene forensics experts took the stand today to begin the second week of testimony in a trial for a defendant who's accused of killing two people in Frenchtown. One of the cellmates of Caressa Hardy, also identified in court documents as Glen Dibbley, gave testimony today as well. Connor McCauley continues to follow the case and brings us the latest from the courtroom.
Caressa Hardy is accused of murdering two people at her Frenchtown home and then attempting to dispose of the bodies in a fire pit. When law enforcement arrived to search the scene, they discovered what they believed to be the human remains of at least two people. On day 6 of the trial, one forensics expert testified saying that the FBI search was not done properly, and continued by saying that they didn't use the proper tools or document the search well at all.
I can't tell you a lot about what they did because there's not much documentation on it. Really, the only documentation is a single sentence saying that the soil was screened. It doesn't say how it was removed. It doesn't even say what kind of tools were used. It doesn't say if it was photographed. It doesn't say if the convenience was documented or the contacts. There's really not much that wasn't right, frankly.
And all those errors left some evidence undiscovered until a second search.
The rescreened dirt had many of the bone fragments and teeth that the FBI had missed simply because it was not captured in the quartering screen.
A former cellmate of Hardy's who has been cooperating with investigators testified Monday that there were instances that Hardy would say things like, "I should have done her too," or "I shouldn't have let her go."
Oh, it's the first time I've seen Hardy this angry. He was furious at Karen. He stated, "I should have let her."
He was furious at?
Furious at Karen and stated, "I shouldn't let her go. I should have done her too." And by that, I understood that he meant killed.
Orth also says that Hardy talked to him about when he disposed of the bodies.
It was the most horrid stench you could ever imagine. He said that he put the bodies in a truck and moved it to the pit. And they'll never forget the smell of death.
In Missoula, Connor McCauley, MTN News.
Orth also says that Hardy asked him to try to send a postcard to Hardy from one of the victims, Thomas Korjak, from outside the country. The defense speculates Korjak isn't dead at all and is instead fleeing the country for tax evasion purposes.